Donald Trump has been very clear that he doesn't care about your family's economic situation. He's not even thinking about it. But we here at the Damage Report care, so we're gonna cover it for a little bit. The situation's really bad when it comes to gas, when it comes to inflation. It doesn't seem like it's gonna get any better anytime soon. And Donald Trump cannot be relied on to even pretend to have empathy for your situation. So let's go to some other Republicans and see if they could do a better job, okay? Here is Jim Jordan. He was so stuck on his talking points that he appears to have forgotten or want to forget what he said just 1 minute prior. Take a look.
What about his promise in 2024 that if he was reelected, gas would be under $2 a gallon because of his policies?
Well, gas prices were coming down until we had to deal with this situation. But that's life. That's dealing with world and the world we live in.
But if someone's listening to you and they were paying $2.98 a gallon of gas before the war started, and now they're paying $4.53. I mean, saying that's life might not, make them feel better.
Those are your words. Those are your words, not mine. Gas prices were coming down until we had to deal with this situation, but that's life.
Yeah, well, but those were his words, but then he gave them to her by saying them. They're not his anymore. Yeah, if I were him, I would back off of that phrasing too, because that sucked. And in his defense, the reason his initial pass on answering that question was so bad is because he's terrible at this and he wasn't at all prepared. That's why he was like flailing as he was doing it. It's not good. Is that's life better or worse than I don't think about you at all? I don't know. They're both really bad. Let's jump over to Fox News and see how they're doing with it.
If we cannot accept a few months of higher inflation and a few months of higher gas prices in order to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, we're not a superpower anymore.
I'll just say this on energy. It's a small price to pay to take out Iran. It's a small price to pay to prevent Iran from any nuclear capabilities whatsoever. It's a small price to pay to hopefully engineer some kind of real regime change, because this is the most gruesome Nazi-like government we've seen in 100 years. $5 gasoline, $4.50 gasoline, okay, live with it. It's gonna come way down once this war is over.
So no, it's not. Nobody thinks that it's gonna come down immediately. Stop telling people to just live with it when you're a rich a-hole. It is a big price for them to pay because they're paying it. And asking them to pay a massive price, not in pursuit of something they voted for, but in pursuit of something they directly voted against. They said, I do not want more wars. And now you're telling them to shut the hell up about the costs of Trump saying, screw you, I didn't mean it. I'm just gonna do it anyway, let alone in pursuit of goals that you're also lying about to stop them from getting a nuke. They weren't working on a nuke, they weren't close to a nuke. And then that guy goes even further than the rest of them and says, it's not just to stop them from getting a nuke, it's for regime change, which Trump originally was saying they were gonna do. Now he's even backing off of that. Or as that dude says, to take out Iran. He appears to be perfectly comfortable with us just glassing the entire country. Again, the American people were super clear they don't want any of this, and they should not be expected to pay any cost, even a small cost, which this is not, in pursuit of those things that they voted against. Brett, what do you think?
Dude, this is ridiculous. Jim Jordan basically said, hey, I want credit. And Trump said this too in an interview. He was interviewed and they said, how is it going? Are your policies working? He's like, it was going great before the war in Iran. Jim Jordan, it was going great before it wasn't. That logic is insane. He wants credit for things going well before he ruined them. That's like saying, listen, the Titanic was going great before an iceberg. Before the iceberg, it used to be a boat. These towers were great. They used to be twinning before the planes hit them. Like, bro, I go into this deeper. I got a video on Rebel HQ that everybody should go watch and share. It's called Fox News Betrays Trump with the Brutal Truth. Because the other half of Fox News is them desperately bringing on, and I show it in the video I made, they desperately bring on experts to tell Trump, you need to do something. And one of them literally says, the Republicans need to give voters something to vote for. Which translates roughly to, there is no reason to vote for Republicans right now. Why? Because your gas prices are up, and that causes everything else to go up too. And the interventionism and all of that crap, like we did not need to start the war. That's the thing that they keep missing. And you watch Jim Jordan's brain short circuit on live television as he realized he just locked a bunch of doors that he thought were escape routes.
Yeah.
No, I can't say this, I can't say that, I can't say that. And he forgets the fact that he just said, hey, that's life in the big city, suck it up. And he gaslights the nation by doubling down on it.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. This brigade is not gonna work. They have infinite money to dump on everyone to convince grandma and grandpa that they should still vote for Trump. And like he is at historically low numbers.
He is. Yeah, the only thing I would add, you're right to point out that all of what they're saying, it doesn't make sense to say it was good before it was bad. I just want to remind everyone, maybe it doesn't matter. It wasn't good before it was bad. Before the Iran war, we were in an affordability crisis. That was already a thing that Trump was bungling rhetorically there too. We already were experiencing massive inflation. We were already being hit by the tariffs. It was really bad before it got really, really, really badder. So just for history's sake, I think that we should bear that in mind.
You know what TYT has always been about? Taking on the corrupt, greedy establishment. For us, it's the corporate media. We've been fighting that fight for over 20 years. For the cell phone industry, it's the same story. A handful of massive corporations ripping you off. That's why we're partnering with Noble Mobile. They're the only wireless company with the same mission as ours, to fight back. Their Noble plan offers unlimited data for just $50 a month. But here's the best part. For any data that you don't use, you get cash back. Real money you can spend however you want. Stop letting your unused data pad the pockets of billionaires. With Noble, you take control over your data. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT in our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan.